Hi everyone, Chris Anderson with Mount Comfort RV, right back here on the showroom to show you some of our deals. Today we're looking at a 2813 Newmar Bay Star Sport. So the model year is a 2023. The name of it is a Newmar Bay Star Sport, and the model number is the 2813. That's the floor plan, if you will. So a lot of things to talk about here. This is a great coach for somebody that wants a small bus going down the road. There's a lot of Class C's that are 30, 31, 32 feet long. This is a Class A that's going to have the outstanding storage of a Class A and still be under 29 feet long. And so there's a lot to talk about there. Why a Class A over a Class C? Well, you can make a lot of arguments a lot of different ways, but one of the first things I'm going to come to in that argument is the amount of area in the cockpit, the amount of space rather in the cockpit. You just have a lot of room to move around up here. More leg room, easier to transition in and out. If you're the passenger and you're stepping into the passenger seat, you can't stand all the way up in a Class C because there'll be a bunk up above you. I can easily step into here, sit down, have lots of space. I'm not, restrained by the van confinements up here. I've got a nice table. Down here, there's an outlet. I can plug in my laptop, that type of thing. So, there's a lot of room in a Class A, certainly, and that's the number one reason. Number two reason for a Class A is you're generally going to have a significantly greater outside storage. When you go around a Class A, especially a high-quality Class A, you're going to see a lot of these, kind of like the diesel pusher slam doors on the outside, and every one of those has storage or maybe a generator behind it, but you've got significantly more outside storage. You're going to have a better ride and drive because you do have bigger wheels and tires. And the number one reason in my mind is how we see the country. Right now we have this closed, but that whole black blind there, behind that is windshield. Instead of a small windshield where you have the big bed of the Class C sticking out over the top of you, you have that entire panoramic view. And let's face it, most of us do this to get out and see the country. So definitely a view is going to be a great advantage to a Class A motorhome. All right, so as I sit down in the cockpit here, we have the standard Ford chassis. You're going to have, this is what the motor they call Godzilla. This is the 7.3 liter V8. More horsepower and torque than has ever been put into a Class A gas motorhome before, and it makes its power at a pretty low RPM, so it keeps it quiet. Standard Ford controls up here where we have cruise control right here with the left thumb, and then all of our menu choices in the instrument cluster will be done right here as well. Wiper blades and shifter where you would expect them to be. We have a wireless charger right over here where our phone can be right in sight. Power and heated mirrors. Most Class C's do not have power and heated mirrors. Some chassis features over here, like I can start the generator, I can turn my dome light on, I can do my battery boost switch, that type of thing. Great spot for a cup holder. And then another feature that most Class C's don't have, we actually have fully automatic leveling jacks. Most Class C's don't have leveling jacks. There's exceptions to that, obviously, but normally they don't. Also, they've put in the huge dash radio here, with a screen you can actually see. This will do Android Auto. This will do Apple CarPlay. This is capable of doing Sirius XM. This has your radio built in. So this is a nice wireless media center. It'll do your Bluetooth stereo as well. I like it because it's angled right towards the driver. I can touch it. I can see it. It's big enough. It's not one of these tiny screens. It's big enough I can see it. I'm not trying to hit some teeny tiny button. Those are big buttons. I can actually hit those even with a little vibration going down the road. Below that we have a little cubby. Keep a spare sandwich in there. And then our HVAC controls are here. In a Class A motorhome, both the driver and the passenger seats do turn around and become part of the living area, which is nice. But also, before we spin those around, and actually the passenger seat on this one reclines, we optioned in the folding cockpit table. So this has a little release right here. It pulls out, it pulls up. Look at that. So you can face these chairs towards one another, have a totally separate little dining area. You're not losing any space to gain this feature. When you're done with it, you just push it down, hit the little release right here, and it locks back in place, and it gets you 2 extra cup holders. So how great is that? All right, let's get into the living area here. This motorhome, 28 feet long and change. Like I said, it's under 29 feet. We actually have 2 slide outs on here. We have a big slide here. with a booth dinette with beautiful Corian countertop here that does drop down and become a bed if you need some extra sleeping space here. So this will sleep either a couple of small children or one medium-sized children right here very comfortably. We'll hit a little button over here. That should bring up a television. There we go. This is going to be a Samsung television. And it's in perfect viewing area for the sofa, the 3 cushions that are on the sofa. And by the way, there are some seat belts under that sofa as well. And even the passenger seat spun around here would have a tremendous viewing angle of the television. So even though you're in a smaller Class A, you're not cramped in here. There's a lot of space. Okay, we'll get to some of our storage. Underneath the booth, on both sides, we do have a nice storage drawer here and here. The sofa bed does fold out to sleep 2 people as well, and then we do have multiplex lighting in this coach where I can walk in and I can turn on the light to multiple rooms. Like on this one right over here, it says ceiling, bathroom, bedroom. So I can walk in the door and light up the main ceiling lights, the bathroom, and the bedroom from right here. I don't have to walk back there in a dark coach, and that's obviously nice. Above the door, you're going to see some of our controls for this coach. This is our master disconnect when we're storing the coach. This is our inverter that will give us some power for some of the outlets in the coach running off of our batteries. Our slide room control, our steps, our power entry steps. The awning lights are here, and the awning in and out is here. And then lastly, our water heater, which is a gas and electric water heater. The controls for that are right there. All of this is easy to get to, yet not just out ugly sticking on the wall somewhere. They put it behind a nice cabinet. We'll get into some more storage. Above the sofa, 1, 2, 3 big compartments in here. And this is actually, all of this, these first 3 openings are one big spot, so you could slide something even bigger than that in there, and then a little small cubby up here. All right. Notice all these Newmar doors, they stand up on their own. They've got the little metal struts so that you're not being the one-armed loady person there. You can use both hands to retrieve stuff out of there. All right, new for 2023 in the Bay Star Sport, we have the touch screen. This could not be a simpler system. Okay, you simply hit the home button. That's going to be most of the information you need to know on a regular basis. It's going to tell you what is in your fresh, gray, black, and propane tanks. That's good information to have. Whether they're too full or not full enough, you need to know. You have your basic lighting to light up any individual room here. So there's another way you can light up your coach here. You can turn your water pump off and on from this as well. If you want to get into the generator, the auto generator setup, you can control your auto generator start and stop right here. So if it reaches a certain temperature or you want it to come on or not come on at a certain time, you can control that right here. Even if the batteries get to a certain level of discharge, you can have it come on and charge them back up. So that's all contained right here on this screen. Then of course HVAC, we want to be able to control our air conditioner and our furnace. This has a roof mounted ducted air conditioner on top and a furnace that has heat vents located in different places down low, so warm air rises, cold air falls. And then it's all touch screen right here, could not be easier. And then your master lighting control right here where you can go into each individual bedroom and control pretty much every light in the coach. All of this is simple. It's a big screen. Again, you can read it and it'll take you all of about 5 seconds to learn how to use that. Moving into the kitchen, we have our gas and electric Norcold refrigerator. This is at least an 8 cubic foot. It might be a 10 cubic foot, but it's a large version of the Norcold gas and electric refrigerator. If it's important to you, call me. I'll look it up and see exactly which one it is. And then we have pantry here and big storage here. So whether you want to use part of this as extra pantry, there's obviously hanging space available here as well. Kitchen here, they make it kind of an L-shaped kitchen. So at first glance, it's not a ton of countertop space, but there's an adequate amount of space. Again, you're going to have some trade-offs when you're under 29 feet, and that's what we're dealing with here. Your microwave is a 30-inch Whirlpool residential microwave. It has the three burner cooktop, and this one actually has the oven as well, so you're not sacrificing anything to have that. A little bit of storage here, but they've split that shelf in half, so that's going to double the space. 4 drawers like this, and these are soft close. Watch when I get them close, they pull themselves in. The bottom one's a little bigger. And then over here under the stove is a really big drawer. Look at the size of that one. Okay. Look at that little cubby there. Perfect for your little pizza pan, something like that. All right, underneath the sink, again, kind of some cavernous storage under there. And then all of this that looks like Corian is Corian. It's cut and polished right there at Newmar in Napanee, Indiana. We have an undermount double bowl sink. Makes it easy to get the dishes in and out, easy to clean. And when you're not using the sink, this is just extra countertop space. A metal faucet, not some piece of plastic, pull down sprayer. Yeah, you see the quality when you go through a Newmar product. Okay. Good storage above and below there by splitting it again. All right, so we're halfway through the inside. Going back into the bedroom bathroom area, we do have a pocket door here that locks on its own, either in the open or closed position. And then we get into the bedroom. It's gonna be a little tricky to film. There it is. I was looking for it earlier. I couldn't find the bedspread. Found it. All right, so a little bit of storage up here. This is actually hanging space here, but somebody stuffed the extra cushion for the booth in here and the bedspread. Good to find it. And then 3 drawers down here like that. All right. When we walk into this bedroom, the first thing I notice is this is a king-size bed. Well, the first thing I notice is I didn't get the bedspread on here because I couldn't find it. Should have looked harder. But this is a king-size bed. So in a less than 29-foot motorhome, king-size bed's pretty impressive. It is walk around. Now, it's a little snug around here, I'm not going to lie, but I can walk all the way around this. If I have to get up in the middle of the night, I have a pathway to the bathroom, which is probably what I'm looking for anyway. Good storage above here. Okay. And there's even a plug in there, so if you have a CPAP machine, you can plug in your CPAP machine and have it above you, so you're not struggling with a place to put that. You do have little nightstands big enough to put your cell phone, and there's a plug on each one of those on both sides of the bed. The bed does lift up for storage. And then let's get to the bathroom. Okay. This is actually surprisingly big in here. Good room around the toilet, but look at the size of the shower. This is a big shower. So for a smaller motorhome, now if this was a 45-foot coach, I'd say this was a small shower. But my elbows aren't touching. You know, this is a good sized shower in here with a skylight, nice faucet. Okay, this gets the job done. As we step out, good room around the toilet area. Up above, we have storage, and again, they split that with a shelf, so that kind of doubles your storage. Double medicine cabinet here. All right. Then even a little bit of storage below. See if we can get that. All right, now, before I show you everything there is to see about what this looks like with the slides in, there's a little bit of a trick here. This has a safety on it. You can't just hit the bedroom slide and have the button come in. This has to be folded up like so in order for the bed to come in. When you cram all that, and oh, by the way, we do have a second Samsung TV, and that is on a swivel arm here. I should have mentioned that. And a rear window. When you cram all of this into a small floor plan like a 28-footer, there's always little trade-offs, and the little trade-off here is you have to use a folding bed. So this bed's not really accessible going down the road, but the bathroom is, and that's the more important part. So I'm going to bring the slide in here, and then we'll show you what this coach looks like with both of the slide outs in. Okay, so in regards to how easy a coach is to navigate through while you're going down the road, this coach would absolutely get an A. It's just a super wide path. The only points I would take off are for the fact that you can't come back here and sleep on the bed. Now you can stretch out on the sofa if you want to, but you can't come back here and sleep on the bed because of the way that it folds. But look at the space I have here. I mean, I'm not in any way cramped. Into the bathroom, that door's wide open, okay? Super easy entry there. Same way, the closet's here, the refrigerator, everything's fully wide open. Microwave, cooktop. I'm not even turning sideways to walk down the aisle of this coach. So absolutely this coach gets an A as far as movability going down the road. It's super easy. You're not going to have any problems going through this coach. You could almost pass two people in the aisleway if they're friendly here. Troy and I are not going to try that, but we could if we wanted to. All right, let's show you what's on the outside of this coach. Okay, we're on the outside of our 2813 Bay Star Sport. You're going to see a lot of the similar features. You know, if I was doing a New Era or a Dutch Star or something like that, a lot of this stays the same, and that's what's neat about Newmar. So first of all, this is not a white coach with graphics on it like you're going to see on a lot of the competition. Okay, this is, every square inch of this is full body paint, which means 5 years from now, it's still going to look awesome. It's not going to have peeling graphics or cracked graphics or anything like that. They also put the flagpole holder on here. Things you're used to seeing. They put the clear film on here to protect that beautiful paint. Obviously a large power awning. That awning goes from right here halfway through the passenger window back past the outside television. So that's a lot of space out there to be enjoying yourselves out in the campground, and that's really where you do have the fun here, is out here under your awning. All right, go through these compartments. Okay, again, these are the big diesel style slam doors. You can see in here, there's some electronics. There's a charger in there. There's a inverter in there, but the rest of that is a storage compartment. Okay. All right, let's open this one up. Now again, 28 footer, so we had to encroach a little bit on some of our storage here. That's the fresh water tank. There's still good storage here behind it, and they made it super easy to get to your freshwater drain, which is not always the case on some coaches. All right, let's move back another one. All right, all storage here. Even a little bit of deep storage up top there. If you had fishing poles or something like that you wanted to run back through there, you certainly could. These compartments are all very well sealed with bulb style sealing, and those compartments are carpeted to keep stuff from sliding around. I mentioned it before, but we do have an exterior TV and exterior sound system out here. This TV swivels. It can be pointed in any direction. When you're done, you simply push it back gently. It's held in by strong magnets. Drop it down. Even the door is painted. We're going to go behind this door. You're going to find our Onan 4K generator. That is enough to power everything in this coach. Remember, it's only a 28-foot coach, so one air conditioner is more than adequate here. You could go to 32 to 34 feet with a Newmar on one air conditioner. 28 feet's a no-brainer. And then since it only has one air conditioner, the Onan 4000 is plenty of generator as well. Okay, let's open this compartment here. Here's some significant storage that's passed through all the way to the other side. Again, it's all fully lined. Super simple. All right, moving on. This isn't like most motorhomes that they're trying to hit a price point on, where you have just a plain flat back that's laminated and will probably delaminate later on down the road. This has a one-piece molded cap. They put the rear window in. Most coaches today do not have a rear window either. The camera is not some bolted on afterthought. It's actually molded up into the cap as well. Your tail lights are mounted up high so you can see those over a potential tow vehicle back here as well. There is fully wired for trailering back here, and that's a 5,000-pound hitch back here, and you can tow it. Okay, on the driver's side of our 2813 Bay Star Sport, up front, we have a big propane bottle. Now, most people only have to fill their propane bottle once or twice a year. This won't be a big expense for you. The only appliance you have that drinks much propane is your furnace. And if you're doing this right, you're keeping yourself in warmer temperatures that you're not using your furnace very often. Okay, let's move back a compartment. All storage here, but there is a hose hanging down in there, and what that is that's your winterization hose. Newmar put the kit on it already to make it easy to winterize when the time comes, if you want to do it yourself. Step back one bay further, we're going to come into our wet bay. Notice our termination point for our gray and black holding tanks is inside this area, so it's not exposed to the elements outside. We have a black tank rinse in here as well, in case your gauges aren't reading real accurate in your black tank. That will rinse the tank and hopefully correct that problem. You have your freshwater connection out here to either fill your tank or to hook up to city water, either way. And then there's a little bit of storage down in here for things like your fresh water hose, that type of thing. All right, let's move back one more. All right, great storage there. You can see just compartment after compartment we have storage, and that's what really makes the difference, like I said, between a Class A and a Class C. And then lastly, back here, now keep in mind right now this looks like all storage. To be fair here on this compartment, this shore power cord that's hanging out here does need to take up part of this compartment. So maybe you get half of this that's actually still used for storage once the cord is wrapped up in there. So there you go. That's a trip around our 2813 Bay Star Sport. This is a 2023 model. This is for sale now at Mount Comfort RV. If you've liked this video, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to our page. We really appreciate that. If you have questions, don't forget to ask for me when you call in. If you want to buy this, please don't forget to ask for me when you call in, and I'll be glad to get you taken care of. At any rate, thank you for watching. My name is Chris Anderson with Mount Comfort RV. We'll see you next time.